What's up everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we have a very short one because I wanted to get this video out before Dreamhack Cash Cup Extra because I want to talk about that finals and the final trio tournament of this season. So let's get into it. So on the 29th of November, obviously we all saw the big drama of the solo Cash Cup being cancelled. Well, this was a little bit unfortunate because I was really looking forward to a solo Cash Cup to end off this season so we can crown some sort of solo champion and have that going into the new season. However, it did get cancelled because it wasn't supposed to be run actually. If you take a look at the Fortnite competitive tweet, they said that the solo Cash Cup is being cancelled today in all regions as they were not originally planned to happen today. Results from the regions that have already been concluded will be invalidated. Now, what is interesting about this is because we probably already could have predicted this because the previous week Cash Cups, because they were not in our compete tabs until like 2 days before the actual tournament happened. So what probably happened in the situation was those tournaments weren't meant to happen the week before, and then they ended up happening because of an issue within their system, and now obviously they have to cancel this one because the prize pool allocation for every single season of Cash Cup is set to a certain number more than likely. So what's happened there is they have to cancel Cash Cup because they don't have the budget for it. Now this is just speculation, but that's probably what I think happened there because you can't have more Cash Cups than originally planned for because, you know, there's probably a long and lengthy approval process for the actual Cash Cups to occur. Now, some of the other winners of solo Cash Cups were not happy about it. Obviously, I want to shout out to the two winners. Not that it really matters too much to them for the shout out, but, you know, I want to give the due diligence that Astra Pogue, who did won the OCE Cash Cup and got absolutely scammed because he is not going to get his money. You can see his tweet here that he's not happy about what happened to him. And obviously Wildhawk, one of the Asia players, also winning their respective Cash Cup regions in Asia. He also wasn't too happy about it. And the many followers that he has weren't happy about it either. So unfortunate for those guys. Hopefully they're not too bummed about it. But, you know, it is what it is. Things happen. The Trio Cash Cup also happened. This was the final Trio tournament / Trio Cash Cup that we have of this season, other than the Dreamhack Cash Cup Extra. Now, this was a long battle between Andalex and Kiko's trio of Z Andy and Slender. Now, unfortunately for Kiko, if you take a look at their match history, they were probably the most consistent. Look, if we take a look at both trios' match histories, one of them is clearly better than the other. However, as we know with Trio Cash Cups, the most important thing, and even solo Cash Cups, is being as consistent as possible. And it's not about how you start, it is about how you finish. So even if they had every single game below the top 5, that one top 14, which is 22 minutes wasted, which is basically 3 points in total for a Fortnite game of 20 minutes, that's just throwing the bread there. So unfortunately for them, they weren't able to capitalize on their consistency for the majority of the tournament, and that last slip up in the last game sort of threw it for them. If you compare that to Andalex's match history, then we can see from Andalex's match history that they just had a very good last hour. 2 of the 3 games that they played were wins. In the last game, they got a 9-kill 5th. So, as you can see, it is not about how you start. They started very poorly. They started with a 26th place with 4 kills, a 17th place with 3 kills, and then dropped a 50 bomb almost. And that was enough just to win the Cash Cup. So, but obviously, well played to them because they just handled the pressure a little bit better. So, the final thing I want to talk about is the Dreamhack Cash Cup Extra. Obviously, this is the final tournament of the season. That is for trios, and a lot of big names didn't actually qualify. Obviously, we're missing Tayson, we're missing a Benji, Fishy, Savage, and Andretta, so we're not going to get a final chapter of Malibuka versus Benji, unfortunately. So Malibuka is an on-con Steamy. We have obviously Seti Kami Teak at Kami Spit that is on-con still. We have Veno's new trio of Crow and Diox, who was one of those trios in Grand Finals of FTS and Grand Video, who also did very well. Obviously, they used to play with Josie, but now I guess they tried out or at least play one tournament with Veno. So Crow, Veno, and Diox all have an insane amount of experience and have uncon Sweaty. So that should be pretty interesting to watch as well. We obviously have Queasy, Thomas HD, and Anas over at Catty Corner being uncon. So we're expecting very, very good things from them. More than likely, it is going to be a battle for first place against Seti and Queasy's trios, but we haven't seen Malabuka in a set lobby that often, being uncon. Last Dreamhack Cash Cup Extra, they were contested by Benji again. In Grand Royale, they were contested by Benji. In Grand Finals of FTS, they were contested by Benji also. So it should be very, very good to see what Malabuka can prove with uncon Steamy. Are they the GOATs of Steamy Stacks? Are they going to be able to show that it was worthwhile for them to contest Steamy Stacks for so many months in a row? And can they prove that being uncon is just the answer for them doing well? So that should be pretty exciting for me, at least. And last but not least, we have Floki versus Andalex at Misty Meadows. Now, these guys have been battling it out for a long, long time at Misty. Both absolute French goats, but neither one of them really succeeding because they just want to grief each other. They haven't been splitting Misty that often. In Grand Royale Finals, they end up splitting Misty in the last 4 to 5 games, which is a little bit too late considering the amount of money that we have there. So maybe, just maybe, we'll see them split it for one last time. But considering the difference in price pools between Grand Royale and a Dreamhack Cash Cup Extra, I'm probably going to expect them to fight 6 out of 6 times. So in terms of my predictions for this finals, I'm going to give it over towards Queasy's trio to win this one. Second, I'm going to give it over towards Seti, Cammy, and Teak. And third, I think Malabuka is going to be able to do it. I'm going to give it to Malabuka in third place because I think these guys are able to prove that they are really good while being uncon. And the games that we've seen from them in FTS Finals, for example, they got 7th while being contested by Benji. So the end games that they do make end up being very worthwhile. However, we do know that once you do get Storm Surge in these stacked lobbies, it becomes a lot easier to place. But still, 7th place while being contested in Grand Finals is pretty good. Obviously, Grand Royale was not that good in comparison. Benji did win out the majority of the spawn fights there, but I think Malabuka has it within them. Other ones that I think that deserve a little bit of a shout out, I think Veno's trio has a lot of experience, so I think they'll do pretty well as well. And maybe, just maybe, Kiko, Ziani, and Slender are going to be able to show up in a finals lobby. They did well in the Trio Cash Cup, so maybe that momentum carries them over towards a final lobby. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a comment. I want to know what you guys think of these videos. Give it a like as well, and as always, subscribe, because you're going to be able to see the new videos that I post every single week. And we're going to be trying to grind out YouTube for at least the entirety of December. So, have yourself a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.